Hi, I'm Mike, the two-lane traveler, bringing you another road tripping video about an iconic landmark. Some landmarks are made of marble and granite, stoic monuments to history, but a special few are built from porcelain, steel, neon lights, and the unmistakable scent of grilling hash browns. In downtown St. Paul, Minnesota, there's a 50-foot-long dining car that holds more than just a kitchen. It holds a piece of the American soul. It's a place that's been a movie star, a community hub, and a national treasure. But this beloved icon, which ran nonstop for over 80 years, recently vanished from public life. For 4 long years, many were afraid it was gone for good. So what makes this little diner so special that it's listed on the National Register of Historic Places? And how did this piece of quintessential Americana fight its way back from the edge? This is the story of Mickey's Diner, a legend that was almost lost forever. The story of Mickey's Diner doesn't kick off in Minnesota. It starts back in 1937 in an Elizabeth, New Jersey factory owned by the Jerry O'Mahony Company, one of the top builders of the classic pre-made diners of that time. Designed to look like a sleek Art Deco railroad car, it was constructed, loaded onto a train, and shipped all the way to St. Paul. In 1939, Mickey Crimmins and Burt Matson swung open the doors for business, and right then an institution was born. From that day forward, Mickey's was always open, a true feat of endurance in the restaurant world. Its red and yellow panels and classic neon sign became a beacon in the city. Step inside and it felt like time just stopped. Customers sat on the very same floor-mounted stools at the same worn-in counter that had served generations before them. In 1983, its importance was made official when it was added to the National Register of Historic Places, recognized as a rare surviving example of its kind, and a beloved, long-standing, and unique social institution. Mickey's wasn't just a spot to grab a bite, it was the backdrop to life in St. Paul. For decades, it served everyone from late-night workers and families to local celebrities. But its fame didn't stay within Minnesota's borders. Hollywood came calling, and the diner turned into a movie set, popping up in films like the Mighty Ducks movies, the Christmas classic Jingle All the Way, and Robert Altman's A Prairie Home Companion. Its one-of-a-kind look was featured in magazines like National Geographic and Smithsonian, and on food and travel shows, cementing its place as a national pop culture icon. The menu was simple, classic, and it never tried to be anything else. Pancakes, eggs, and those legendary milkshakes. It was a taste of real mid-century America, a living time capsule that didn't just preserve a look, but a feeling. This charm and authenticity are what made Mickey's more than a restaurant. It was a shared memory for an entire city. For 81 years, the lights at Mickey's never went out. It was open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Then in March 2020, the unimaginable happened. The COVID-19 pandemic forced its doors to shut, and for the first time in its history, the sizzle from the grill went silent. What everyone hoped would be a short break stretched into a painful, uncertain quiet. The months bled into years. The long closure brought on huge problems. The historic building was crying out for critical repairs, especially to its ancient heating and cooling systems. As time dragged on, the fear grew that the iconic diner might never reopen, just another casualty of the pandemic. For a city that had always seen Mickey's as a constant, its dark, silent presence on West 7th Street was a heartbreaking sight. Just when it seemed like the story might be over, the community that Mickey's had served for so long decided it was time to give back. In late 2020, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to save the diner. The response was just overwhelming and showed how deeply people cared for the landmark. Over $70,000 was raised, giving the owners the money they needed for those crucial repairs and a real shot at survival. It was a powerful message. Mickey's Diner wasn't just a business, it was part of the city's soul, and its people weren't about to let it fade away. After 4 long, uncertain years, the moment everyone was waiting for finally came. On October 3rd, 2024, the open sign at Mickey's Diner lit up once again, albeit under new ownership. The news spread like wildfire, and soon enough the diner was packed with a line stretching down the block. They started with a soft opening to make sure everything was running right, with a grand opening planned for later. While the diner isn't open 24/7 anymore, its return has been seen as a sign of hope for downtown St. Paul. The classic menu is back, though they've added a few modern touches like halal, kosher, and new vegetarian options to welcome a new generation of customers. That familiar, intoxicating smell of bacon and hash browns signaled more than just a restaurant's reopening. It was the revival of a landmark. Mickey's Diner is a story about survival, and it proves that some places are so special they can rally a whole community to save them. What are some of the legendary local spots in your town that you can't imagine living without? Share them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe for more journeys into American culture. Mickey's Diner is much more than just a place to eat. It's a 50-foot-long story of resilience. Built in a factory and shipped across the country, it became a cornerstone of its community, a movie star and a nationally recognized historic place. It survived the Great Depression, decades of change, and a global pandemic that shut it down for years. Its triumphant return is a win for community spirit and a powerful reminder of why we need to protect our shared heritage. It stands today not just as a diner, but as an American icon that was almost lost forever, proving that some legends are just too special to disappear. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.